picked up all of these at a thrift store yesterday. It is Tuesday, and so yesterday, Monday, I picked these up. It's November 7th, 2023. Most of these were half off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them were half off. The magazines were the only ones that I paid full price, i.e. $1 each, 99 cents each. But the rest of them were half off. Yellow and green tags were 50% off at this thrift store. This is the thrift store where I go Mondays and Wednesdays, and I usually spend anywhere from about 30 to 40 minutes at most. Usually get there around 5:30 and I leave around 6. So I was happy to find this much. So there is this basically a mixture of items I'm going to sell in my store. Here's my store. I'm also putting out new inventory for the week. And yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4 of them will go in the store, and then the other 2 will go on eBay. So the one that certain books that I'm always looking for, in particular books about automobiles. This is really cool. The American Automobile, a Centenary, 1893 to 1993. This book was $4, however, it was half off, so only $2. I have a customer that buys almost anything I put out, book or magazine related to cars, automobiles. We will see. He buys this one. Pretty awesome book, pretty huge book, a large coffee table size book. I'm gonna look it up again to see what I should sell it for, but considering I got it for $2, I usually, again, these aren't, this isn't a big profit flip. It's just that I like to find stuff that my customers look for, and since I'm at the thrift store, I'm always looking. So there's other customers that look for other types of stuff, and this one in particular, when I see automobile books, I get pretty excited because I know that he will definitely buy them for sure. So that's a really nice pickup. These 2 I haven't had in the store before. A Mind to Kill. This was $3.99, but it was 50% off. This will go in the store. TV box set. I like to get new TV box sets. Old Crooks, New Crimes, The Invisibles. This was the same deal. It was only $2 because it was half off. So I was glad to find those. This one is a sealed Il Divo, live in Barcelona. Still sealed. It was half off, so it was only 50 cents. This is something I believe when I looked it up was going for around $10 sealed on eBay. I will just put it in my store though, waiting for the right person to come along, or when I get enough Il Divos together, I think I have quite a few already, I will probably just put them up on eBay at some point. And then this one was the best find in terms of what it can sell for. It's Merle Haggard, Mama Tried. Check the CD. Whoops. In good condition. This one is pretty rare according to eBay. There's only a couple, I believe, for sale. It kind of varies as to what they go for, but most of them are going for over $20, possibly even over $30. And again, I only got it for 50 cents. When I saw it, it stood out to me because it's a young Merle Haggard. I haven't seen this one before, and it just has a feel of it potentially being worth money considering the cover art. So yeah, thankfully it was. And I'll replace the cover there, the jewel case, front case here, because it's got some cracks. I got plenty of those over here, so I'll definitely replace that. I believe the CD is in good shape, so that'll be a nice item to list on eBay. And then all of these are Disney magazines, which I was not familiar with. It's the first time I've ever seen them, but apparently they've been around for quite a while. I'm not sure where they sell them, but they're called 23. And the ones I have from 2019 to 2022, and bonus, 2 of them are still sealed. This one here. Have some cool covers with Frozen on it, and I'm not sure which movie that was, but that movie. And We're Back, Witches. And then this one is, of course, a massive cruise ship. So do they sell on eBay? Yes, they do. According to my research, they do sell fairly often. individually, but also as lots on eBay. So I'm going to sell this as a lot, and it's a bonus. I'll be able to charge for more because I have 2 of them that are still sealed. It's not going to be big money, but I did get them for $4 for all of them, $1 each. I'm definitely going to sell them for more than 20, possibly a little bit more than that, maybe 25 to 30. We will see. I'll do a little more deep research on it, but I feel pretty confident it'll be a nice sale there. So that's what I picked up. The funny thing to me is, when I was only doing Amazon, especially only FBA, I never would have looked at any of these. Of course, I wouldn't have looked at this. I might have looked it up, but I would have never bought it because I don't have a store. I don't have someone to sell it to. Those DVDs, I wouldn't have looked up. The CDs I would have looked up, but I would have only possibly bought that for Amazon. But it makes more sense to sell it on eBay. So I didn't find anything that made sense to sell on eBay. I'm sorry, on Amazon, even merchant fulfilled. I looked through all of their CDs, and they don't put out that many new CDs. But again, that was a newer one there, Merle Haggard, that I hadn't seen before. The Seal Deal Divo one I hadn't seen before, and I didn't find anything that was worth selling on Amazon. And that's kind of what I find when I go out there, even when I look through books. Again, when I look through books or CDs, I'm only going to scan or look up ones that I feel are worth the time. So as an example, I was there at the thrift store last week, and there was a woman who had a scanner, her phone with a scanner attached to it, and she was scanning barcodes of books. But just briefly looking at her and seeing some of the books she was scanning, I never would have scanned those books. Like, there was a cookbook she scanned, there was something else that I just by looking at the back of it, I know not to scan it. So understanding, though, of course, maybe she's new, maybe this is her learning curve. I don't know. So that's always possible. And I totally get that. You have to go through a learning curve, and you have to learn what it makes sense to scan and what doesn't make sense to scan. So if you look at my bookcase or bookshelf here, are you going to scan any of these autobiographies, biographies, and memoirs? I know already. I know already that they're not worth reselling on Amazon. But you kind of have to know, as you're going through it, is it worth it? And a lot of these I would probably look up if I didn't have them on my shelf and if I wasn't already familiar with them. Because biographies and memoirs and autobiographies can sell for good money depending on what it is. But generally speaking, when you go to a bookstore or to a thrift store, you kind of have to have an idea of what to look up, because otherwise you are scanning every single barcode, and that can take a lot of time. Even if you have a Bluetooth scanner, and a Yo-Yo, EYO, or any other type of scanner, Bluetooth scanner, even if you have that, even if you're able to scan fast, you're still going to be better off going through a whole bookshelf and knowing, maybe there's only like 20 books that are even worth scanning. So as you go through and pull them out and look, versus versus you just, you would just pull the book out, which I see a lot of people do like this. Just pull it out and scan the code, put it back in, and they just do that for every single book, 100% of the books. And maybe when I started, you could actually find more profitable books, but nowadays, for FBA and merchant fulfilled too, but especially for FBA, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to find those. So you're going to want to decrease the amount of time you're spending scanning with your scanner and scan with your eyes, and pick those quality ones out, and then look those up, and your percentage of finding better books will go up dramatically by only scanning with your Bluetooth scanner the ones that stand out and that from experience are worth it. Again, that's going to take time. It took me a while. It depends on how many books you're scanning more than how much time it takes. So if in 3 months, if you're scanning 1,000 books a day, which means you're just going crazy out there, you either have found bulk option like a Gaylords or pallets, or you are going to just tons and tons of estate sales, garage sales, library sales, library book sales and thrift stores, you know, you're gonna have to work hard to do that. But if you're scanning like 1,000 a day, it's probably gonna be much quicker that you're gonna learn what's worth it and what's not. But if you're only scanning a couple hundred a week, it's gonna take you a lot longer because there's a learning curve for sure. So you just don't want to waste that much time. All right, guys. Hopefully enjoy the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.